Hi, legends. Let's see if the feed's coming through. It all looks good. Yes, I can see the comments. Looks like the feed's coming through. Yes, there we go. What's up, legends? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all over the world. I have people joining me here on the live stream. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin. And as per the thumbnail, what's next, right? What is next? And we do find ourselves in a little bit of a conundrum. And I will go and explain those two potential scenarios here in a moment. Legends, smash up the like on your way in. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed for future notifications. And also on this channel, this is where we learn and teach technical analysis so that you potentially can become a successful day trader if that is your aspiration. We also look at some altcoins, some investment opportunities, and as always, I'm just here to entertain you guys. No financial advice. I encourage you to do your own research and not just do what I do, right, legends? Ooh, let me say hi to the beautiful community, and then we can dive here into the technical analysis and make sense of this chart. What is going on here? Dewald only has one line on his chart, right? Is he waiting for something here to the downside, or are we still going to find strength here to the upside? Legends, let's go roll. Welcome to the live stream, Mr. Junior. I see you. Soul, hello, Dewald. Welcome. Mr. Not Financial Advice, welcome. Thanks for the support and moderating the channel over here. Good afternoon, Murat. I see you. Let's have a great session. Yes, of course. Let's have a absolute fantastic, great sessions. Let's look at the bullish scenarios. Let's look at the bearish case scenarios. And what are the most important levels to watch out for those two scenarios to potentially play out over here, because as traders and technical traders, we need to be prepared for both scenarios. Okay. Who else? Who else? Misha, hello from Russia. Ooh, all the way from Russia. Welcome to the live stream. Matthew, afternoon. Welcome, welcome. EI80. Hello, Dewald. You absolute legend. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Okay, you guys will see today I have this big thing here around my mic. And for those of you that don't know what it is a pop filter. So when I say words with or b, or any words that has a lot of air flowing through it so that it doesn't kill the sound on your side, and hopefully it will help with all the pops there on the other side as well. So I will listen to the live stream after the fact and just see if the sound is a little bit better. If it doesn't make a difference, I'll just remove it. Okay, yes, I can hear you, Dewald. QT me. Welcome to the live stream. Aaron, well, hello, folks. Okay, Red Hat, hi, Dewald, DJ Monte, Ariel, Jeffrey, Elizabeth, welcome to the live stream. Always appreciate you being here. Jeffrey, like smashed already as always. Jimmy, hi, Dewald, your supporter from Hong Kong. Yes, I know, Jimmy, you are from Hong Kong. Mafa, let's go. Right. Hello, Hugo. I just shorted from 101.350, 101.350. Oh, round about this zone. Did you short this candle over here or did you short over there? Not sure. Right. Abraham, hi, Devil. Can you look at link? It's pumping. Yes, it's obviously pumping. And when something's pumping aggressively to the upside, there's nothing you can do but sit on your hands, right? Because we don't FOMO into trades. If you're not already inside of the trade where you were supposed to take the entry, okay, if something's pumping, then obviously it's pumping, right? I do know. I have a hunch where it's going though. So if you want to have a look at link or want me to have a look at link to tell you where it's potentially going, I can share that with you. Right. Hugo, I've gone through that. Abraham, watch and listen. Good morning. Lucy, Kawat. Hello, Mr. Dewald. Inflation data come above expectation. Time to close the long and make a short on hold. Yes, I mean, I did see that inflation actually came in higher than expected. And that is not a good sign, right? So maybe the Fed will start slowing down on interest rate cuts. Ever so slightly, we don't know, right? You just don't want inflation to start going back up. It's a very dangerous sign in the market at the moment. Right. Hi to all. Hello. Okay, cool. Legends. Let's dive into how about Moon River coin. Yes, I will go take some altcoin requests in a moment. But first, The reason, okay, I started this channel is because I do 95% of my trading on Bitcoin most of the time. When we are in a bull run or in a trending market, I like to trade swing trades and even breakout trades on some of my favorite altcoins. But I can tell you guys now, most of my trading from a day trading perspective is done on Bitcoin. It takes hours and hours to analyze a chart properly. Okay, to go and count the Elliott wave scenarios, the daily levels, the point of controls, make sense of the scenarios, the probabilities to the up or to the downside. Okay, monitoring it, setting your alarms. Guys, it takes a lot of work to analyze a chart to do proper day trading on it. And if you are a person that think you can just trade 10 charts every single day, okay, you are most likely going to, what's the word, right? You're going to see your ass, right? At some stage, you're going to see your ass. You need to have clear invalidations, apply your strategies with good risk management, from a playing the market to the upside because we are on bullish momentum. The rising tide is most probably going to save your ass in most instances, okay? And it's usually in bull markets where people think and they create that perception that they are exceptionally good day traders, because it doesn't matter how bad your entry is, a rising tide raises all the ships. And then you think, well, yes, I just keep on making money. I just keep on making money. But I can tell you guys now, when you go into a bear market, retail disappears, money dries up. Everyone that was bullish in the bull market is not there. They're not watching the influencers. They disappear here from the channel, and they don't play altcoins anymore either. Okay, so it is a different skill to trade a bear market. It is a very completely different skill to trade a ranging market, and it's very easy to trade a bull market. And that is why I like to trade altcoins in a bull market. Okay. I do not short altcoins. Okay. That's not part of my trading strategy. If you are a person that likes to short altcoins, by all means, knock yourself out. Okay. I do not short altcoins. I only short Bitcoin, because there's many times where I've seen weakness inside of Bitcoin and you think that your altcoin is going to go down with it, and then dominance crashes, it protects the alt and the short doesn't play out, right? So I've just burned myself like that a couple of times in the past. I do, point being, I do 90, 95, even more, sometimes even 99% of my trading on Bitcoin from a day trading perspective. Okay, there's a big difference. A lot of people don't understand what is swing trading, what is day trading, and what is investment. Okay, a lot of people that are going to come into the market now, the fresh, we call it the fresh money, okay, the dumb money, unfortunately, the dumb money, right? People that do not have experience in technical analysis, they just want to ride the momentum to the upside and they FOMO into trades, okay? They know the basics, they maybe know patterns, bull flags, and trend lines, that's it, right? But they don't also know how to execute those trades successfully with great risk management. Those people um, is what I call the people that we use to take profits on. Okay, so these people are going to enter the market. They are going to think that they are exceptionally good traders, right? And we have entries further down below because we've been here around for long enough. Okay, so we've got some amazing entries and we are going to take profits on them. And it's unfortunately the sad reality of the game. That is how it works, right? We, as that's been here through the brutal bear market, that stuck to our guns, that learned technical analysis, that built our spot bags when things looked absolutely grim, when there was blood on the streets and no one wanted to buy. We are the people that have those great spot entries. And unfortunately for the retail that's going to come in, okay, they're already coming into the market, but it's not euphoric. It's not euphoric yet, legends. Not at all. It's not euphoric. I just want to close something. Yeah. Once the euphoria kicks in and people sell pictures of rocks, pixelated rocks for $2 million, okay, then I know, okay, the stupid money is here. We need to start taking profits. Okay. Right, legends, enough of my rambling. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin and go and discuss the probabilities from a trading perspective. Okay, I see a lot of people are watching this trend. Okay, some people even have the trend over there. Okay, well, regardless of where you have the trend, okay, we have a breakout. right? We can all acknowledge that we do have a nice little trend breakout here to the upside that looks extremely bullish. There's some nice volume kicking in here. And now the question is momentum going to continue to the upside even with the retracement, okay, to come and claim the highs? Or is there a possibility where we can reject and even come and claim this low? That is now the conundrum that we sit in, legends, is this a bullish structure or is this a bearish structure? Okay. And unfortunately, we do not know, but we have levels that we can watch and we can look for signs of weakness and we can look for signs of strength that will give us clues as to, as this structure unfolds, does it have a higher probability to move up or does it look weak as hell and it's just going to come crashing down, taking this low, and maybe we find support here at $87,953. Let's just make it a round number, $88,000. Okay, so legends. Without counting this structure into too much detail, the two scenarios that I quickly want to discuss over here, okay, is the following. Looking at, okay, let's ignore what has happened here and let's look at this structure over here, okay? This structure could potentially play out to be a very bullish structure, okay? And it also aligns, wait. Before I say that, let's just first look at the structure over here. Okay, so this little structure over here, let me go onto the 15-minute time frame and let's zoom into the structure over here. Okay, this does look like a beautiful. Okay, let me go and measure the waves here. I just want to see what cooked over here. Okay, so this could definitely be. Let me just see a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 4, 5, another high, right? Looking at the structure, it looks like it can form another high. Then what you want to see is an ABC. You maybe come and retest the trend, and then you continue momentum to the upside. So that is definitely a possibility. The high could also be in already, but what I do not like about this high is we do have a slight probability of claiming that high once again. So if I take a fib, okay, and you know, you guys have often heard me talk about this. If I take a fib from this little, from the high to the low, and just to see, well, where did this retracement take place, you can see that we tapped the 0.88, which increases probabilities that any move away is corrective and not impulsive, and we could come and claim this high again. Okay, so now the question is, are we just going to claim it and fall down, or are we first going to fall down and then claim the high over here? Okay, that is now the question. Right. So, legends, the one thing that I just want to point out over here is that there is a possibility, okay, that either the high is in for now, or we are still going to make another high. Okay, but I do think after we've made another high, or either the high is in, I think that this structure needs a correction. And this is where I think we need to pay attention. Once this structure is complete, it's either here or it's over here. But I can tell you guys now, once it's over here, it's going to be a little bit, what's the word? Dangerous. Okay, because this could either be the most bullish case scenario that's going to unfold over here, or it's going to be the most devastating scenario that's going to unfold over here. So this morning during the Legends Pro community update, I discussed the following two scenarios. Is looking at this structure, okay, we're either going to make a beautiful three-wave structure over here and continue momentum to the upside, and the bull market continues. We go into price discovery once again. And ideally, what you want to see is some nice bullish CVD building up against these two pivots. And it does look like CVD has a chance to play out the scenario over here, okay? But the high needs to be in, right? You preferably do not want to take this high. Then it gives a higher chance that the bullish structure will win. If the high does not, okay, just hear me out here. If this high does not get claimed, and we start moving down in a three-wave corrective structure, and we have bullish CVD, we do have an increased probability that we are going to continue to the upside. But hear me out. If we make another high, okay, now let me zoom out a little bit over here. If, let me put my point of control on, right? You guys see that naked point of control inside of this consolidation area? If we move up here and we make another high, there is still a chance for a bullish structure where this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5-wave impulsive structure. Definitely a possibility. And then you have an ABC. Okay, high or low. You want to see some bullish CVD for continuation to the upside. But this also presents the opportunity for a flat. A flat is a corrective structure that takes the highs and it takes the lows. Right. So if price continues to fall down here, we have a higher chance to continue up and not look back. If price makes another high, then either the bullish structure is going to play out or we're going to take the lows. That is the conundrum that we sit in right now. Hence, I'm saying we are in a little bit of a conundrum if we're going to come and reject in this zone. So this could be an epic short to the downside, because legends, let's face it, looking at the price action over here, right? This is the highest point that we have in the market to date. That is the all-time high. The last level of resistance that we have is there. That's the only resistance we have left. So if price comes up here, right, and if market makers still want to have an attempt to send price to lower levels, right, this is it. Where you I'm not sure if I spoke about this scenario yesterday. Okay, it happens often where you have flat scenarios that takes the highs and it takes the lows because there's liquidity building up on both ends. You flush them out, you reset the market, you reset the funding rates. Okay, now the consolidation continued again. Again, you have lots of liquidity above the highs and you have liquidity below the lows and especially below this low. So if we make another high, there is a chance that we could come down and at least sweep up the liquidity below these lows. If we get a proper rejection in this zone and there's no bullish CVD building up against these pivots, there's a high chance that we could even come and claim these lows and even this weekly point of control, where you basically will be forming a larger A, B, C to the downside, and then you continue momentum to the upside. And we can potentially go and measure, okay, well, what if we do get a rejection by the naked point of control, Dewald? So you can take a Fibbic trend-based fib from the high to the low to the potential high that we're going to make over here. And this is where things become interesting. Do you guys see that 1.618 level there at the bottom? The blue one. Do you guys see that? Okay. Depending on where price rejects, either at the level, slightly above, you can see that that 1.618 level is in close proximity to that weekly point of control. Okay. So if price comes up here and it leaves that week behind, it gets acceptance back below, there is a chance that we can come to the 1.618, okay, from a worst case scenario perspective. This to me is the worst case scenario. I do not really see a correction that will go deeper than this level. It is fine if price falls down and it leaves those wicks behind, okay? It doesn't have to tap the level and then jump back to the upside. It can, you know, drag down, leave a wick behind, but close above these levels over here. Okay, maybe you can even make a triple bottom and then you find continuation to the upside. But in this zone is where you expect to find support from a massive correction to the downside. So from a technical perspective, I just want us to be prepared for what if this happens, okay? If price starts falling down here aggressively, okay, and we are over here, we can at least say, okay, we knew about that level. We have it marked out in our chart and I will be looking for longs in this zone. And I can tell you guys now, I will be looking for longs in this zone. right, aggressively. And you can just imagine how the altcoin market will bleed with such a big move to the downside, right? Unless we have dominance protecting the alts. And that's why I don't like shorting alts. Okay, can you look at ETH? Yes, I will go and look at some altcoins in a moment. Have a good day, Dewald. Love your TA so much. Thank you so much. Bye. I appreciate the kind words. Right, legends. We're just looking at the scenarios over here. Okay, so all the I suppose the only scenario that I'm trying to, well, the most bearish scenario that I'm trying to paint for you guys over here is that for this level to get hit, you have to come up a little bit higher. It is going to be a very low probability if price starts correcting from where it is right now. Okay, there's a low probability that price will come and hit this level over here. Okay, it has to create a flat. It has to claim the high. It has to go up. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if it even SFPs from the high over there, right? Oh, it looks bullish, and then you fall down, get acceptance back below the level. But I mean, this is the zone, right? This is the zone. You have a chance. Once you've claimed this area, then claiming this area becomes a higher probability. If price starts falling down from where it is right now, there's a higher chance to move up, okay, and not take the lows. I hope that makes sense. Then we have some interesting areas of support and resistance. Okay, so let me take that out the way, and let's now look at this little structure that is forming over here. Let's switch on some daily levels. I've already got the point of controls, weekly levels. Okay, cool. So now looking at this structure here to the upside, we can now take a fib, okay, from the low to the high. Seriously awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Hugo, don't forget to like, guys. It helps Dewald. Yes, it does, right? When you guys like, it is such a small thing for you to do, just to click on the like button. But it helps me to grow the channel, right? And that's my aspiration, to teach and educate as many people as I possibly can so that you don't lose your cash, right? You can practice good risk management. It tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend the video to people that haven't watched me before. When people watch the stream and they don't like the content, the algorithm, not YouTube, the algorithm thinks that people are not impressed by the content, and it does not recommend it to new people. So, I mean, legends, I am on 4,996 subscribers. It would be absolutely amazing that after this live stream, if I can just hit 4,000 subscribers, that would be such an amazing milestone for me to hit before the year ends, right? So it looks like I'm going to end the year at least on 4,000 subscribers, but it would be awesome to get the 4,000 subscribers in today's live stream. Right. Don't understand what is so difficult for people to just like. For some people, it's easy. For other people, they don't want to like the content, right? They just want to be the fly on the wall and not do anything. Okay. Legends, let's get back into the technical analysis. And obviously, I like to do detailed technical analysis on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king at the end of the day. We all know Bitcoin takes a fart to the downside and everything shits to the downside. Bitcoin, you know, sends some love to the upside and everything gets some love to the upside. So it's very important to focus on Bitcoin. A lot of people inside of the euphoria phase, when altcoins go up 100%, 50% every single day, they just lose track of Bitcoin completely. It's always important to pay attention to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin can give you a clue as to what the rest of the market is going to do in the near future. Okay. But I mean, from a day trading perspective, I love to trade Bitcoin, okay, because it's mature, it's not as easy manipulated as some of the altcoins, and I can exercise exceptionally good risk management. And I also know the personality of Mr. Bitcoin over here, right? It respects Elliott wave theories, daily levels, weekly levels, way better than any other altcoin that I've ever traded, even Ethereum. Cool. You will hit 5,000 subs. I hope so. I hope so. Subscribe with both my accounts. Thanks for your TA as always, Cosmo. I appreciate it. Right. Cool. Legends. So now, okay, now that I have the levels, I think what's also interesting about this little consolidation area over here, I just want to see. We do have a point of control. I just want to see if we have some confluence. If the high is in for now, that is the high that we have now. Okay, so what I will do from a technical perspective is this is the fib that I have now. I have a low and I have a high. I am not using this low because this is part of a corrective structure. I'm using this low. Very important. Okay. If price makes another high here to the upside, I will simply move my fib to the upside. Okay. But based on the data that I have now in front of me, this is the high that I need to use. I do like that inside of this zone, there's a point of control in confluence with the 0.618. And a little bit down below, we have a daily level. So one could say that if you take a little bit of a box and you give yourself a range, okay, we have a strong area of support. So what you would like to do then as a technical trader, now that you've identified some strong support to the downside or potential support to the downside, as I can take this out the way, is regardless of what happens over here, if price comes back down, okay, or it makes another high and it comes back down, this is an area that you have to pay attention to. I don't think price will just stop anywhere in this zone because this is the area of support, okay, where the most confluence is. You guys know the 0.618, you have a daily level, you have a point of control, right? So this is the zone that I will pay attention to. Also, when I look at this trend over here, you also have diagonal support. So if price falls down here, you have a point of control, you have the 0.618, you have a daily level, you have diagonal support, strong area of support over here. And that is also the zone where you want to form a higher low. Okay, you want to form a higher low compared to this low. So you all know market structure is you need to move up, you need to move down, form a higher low. Then you need to move back up, form a higher high. Okay, that is how you change market structure back into a certain direction. For now, we have created a local market structure break. We have claimed this high over here. So now we have made already a higher high over here compared to this high over here. Now, if price comes down, you want to see a higher low. If we lose this zone and you get acceptance back inside the trend, you increase the probabilities of potentially coming to sweep these lows. The maximum target, okay, it's always the maximum target. If you are feeling really, really bullish with this structure, your maximum target is always the 786. Okay, with these little pivots over here, and I can just imagine if price moves up ever so slightly a little bit more, then these pivots go into a very dangerous territory, which is the 0.88. Okay, but I mean, this is the pivot that we have for now, so we have to respect that level. I like the 0.618. We all know how beautifully we get a reaction at the 0.618, but I would say from a really bullish perspective, the 50% looks great as well. Look at the support that you have above these highs. You also have an order block, a consolidation area. Okay, so maybe price comes down, find support, and it front runs the zone. Okay, in bullish market structure, all you're basically looking for is a higher low, right? You want to see bullish, preferably bullish CVD building up against these pivots, and then there's a good possibility that you can go and claim the high and continue momentum to the upside. For the breakout traders, what does the breakout traders usually do? Breakout traders, breakout, stop below the low or this low, right? Depending on how you want to exercise your risk management, you're targeting the highs. Okay, so the breakout traders over here know that there's a potential for a retest, okay? But it should not lose the trend. And then you have continuation back to the upside. Right, and you do get breakout traders that do not trade the breakout. They only trade the retest because they're looking for bullish signs before they get in, and they also know that they could potentially get a better entry than playing the breakout. The risk of waiting for a retracement is sometimes price runs away and it doesn't give you an entry or a back test. Okay, but this is the safer trade because based on the retracement, there's a lot that you can see from the price action, whether you're going down or whether you are finding strength for upwards momentum. You can look at MACDs, volume. You can look at how the candle closed, doji candle, spinning tops, whatever you want to call it. You know, you're looking for signs of strength. The sign of strength that I usually look for is a three-wave structure. I want to see a three-wave corrective structure. Okay, not a five-wave impulsive structure. This is five waves. One, so you could count this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it needs another 4, 5, or you can just count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and just say that's the end. But point is, I can count a 5-wave structure in here. What you're now looking for is a 3-wave corrective structure, bouncy on the trend for continuation to the upside. Okay, I will be looking for exactly the same thing, okay, when we hit this area. But this is where it becomes a little bit more dangerous. Okay, I want to show you guys this, what I discussed yesterday. Where's my today analysis? Bam. Okay, this is what we went through yesterday. We are in a potential A, B, C, D, which is now complete, and we're looking for E to the downside. But you can still see from C to D to E, you're forming a structure with a higher low and continuation to the upside. For this triangle, okay, let me just take this trend out the way because that can be a little bit confusing, okay? For this triangle situation to play out over here, there is a rule that cannot be broken, and that rule is D is not allowed to take B. E is not allowed to take C. So it has to be contracting. Price has to start squashing into each other. And then you see the breakout to the upside. So the danger of this scenario now not playing out, where we want price to come down to complete the E wave to get the explosion back to the upside, is that we did not take B just as yet. Although we have taken this pivot, the structure is still intact. Once price pumps up here and it taps this level, you have now officially invalidated the scenario over here. But then there's other scenarios that kick in, okay? So let's say we do invalidate the scenario. So there's no more triangle. Take this out, it's gone, right? Price moved up, and we do find a rejection in the zone. It doesn't find strength to move up and it starts falling down. I will still be applying the exact same scenario that I've shown you guys. As price moves to the downside, I want to see a three-wave corrective structure. Ideally, I want to see signs of strength. I want to see bullish CVD. I want to see price slowing down. Okay, triple tops, double bottoms here at the. I will be very patient with this trade, especially if we hit this level. Okay, I'm not just going to FOMO into a trade. Another way to play it is you have a trend and you wait for the breakout. Okay, that's the easiest way to play it. You wait for the trend, you play the breakout. That's the easiest way. Okay, if you don't know what is going to happen over here, especially if we reject in the zone, wait for price to show you the direction, to form a beautiful trend, and you just play the breakout. Because I can tell you now, even if price falls here to the downside, if you wait for the trend, right, you're most probably going to catch your entry over there. Okay. But, you know, as I've mentioned in the beginning of the live stream, this little area over here could also send us down to the weekly level at $88,000. Okay, so that's basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin. We have identified a strong area of support. Whether price falls down from where it is right now, or whether it makes another high and falls down, we need to pay attention in this zone. If price makes another high, remember to drag your FIP to the upside, okay? And then we observe what happens over there. But then, legends, we need to talk about the scenarios that's going to surprise everyone, and just price doesn't do anything what Dewald explained here today. It just breaks out, it finds strength, and it continues here to the upside. And all I can say in this instance is that we need to pay attention, okay, when price is over here. Do we see signs of strength, or do we see signs of weakness? Inside of this structure, I got a very good question this morning in our Legends Pro community. Okay, someone asked me the question when I show you guys my daily levels over here. Someone asked me the question, Dewald, how did you trade this if you had to place a short in the zone? And although we got this reaction at the level, I got stopped out. How would you have traded it? Okay, very, very good question, because this was not an easy way to trade the scenario, but I will show you what you can look out for. Okay, and before I get to that, legends, remember, if you'd like to come and trade Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins, down in the description of this video, yes, I have Bluffin and Weeks, right? If you have not signed up with Bluffin, you get that 10% cash back that gets deposited. No, sorry, it's not the 10% cash back. They've actually changed it. Let me just open it here before I say the wrong thing. The more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. Beautiful. Okay, that's what you want to see. And then on, oops, let me just fix my mic over here. And then on Weeks, okay, if you have not checked out Weeks just as yet, you get up to 20,000 sign-up bonus. You get one of the exchanges with the lowest trading fees, okay, with one of the lowest trading fees, where you only need an email and a password to sign up, and you get to spin this wheel, okay. I want to see if someone is going to win some prizes with this wheel. And I would love you guys to post it here. If anyone wins that one Bitcoin, let me know in the comments if that happens, right? Or go to our Legends Pro Discord community and let me know if that happens. That would be absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, I cannot participate. Sorry, my mic is falling over here. Let me just fix it. Right, there we go. Okay, stay. Okay. Right. Please let me know if any one of you win any of the prizes by spinning this wheel. And how it works on Weeks is the more you trade, okay, the more times you get to spin this wheel. It's as simple as that. Right. So it's also your way to support the channel. It costs you nothing extra, and you benefit from the biggest sign-up bonuses, the lowest trading fees, and the opportunity to win some amazing prizes. And this is exclusive to my community only. Okay, exclusive to our community, myself and Andy. Only you guys get to spin this wheel. Right, and it's guaranteed prizes. Okay, there's nothing here that says you win nothing. Right, it's guaranteed prizes. I would love to see you wins the one Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Now, we're finding some strength. I just want to see what CVD can like to be doing over here. Let me just put this tab over here. Let me refresh it. I just want to see what CVD is doing. And you guys know CVD is the only indicator that I use. Okay, I don't use any other indicators. Right, when I see people's charts looks like dirty kitchen and spaghetti messes everywhere, I'm not sure how you do successful trading on a chart that looks so dirty. Right, you don't need a lot of indicators to be a successful trader. There is some bearish CVD. I see some bearish CVD there on white. Okay, it's not clear because it's overlapping each other there, but there you go. Right, I do see some local bearish CVD building up here. And well, it's basically just one confirmation. Okay, it hasn't taken the high here and it hasn't taken the high on yellow, so it's only one confirmation. But what I wanted to show everyone here on CVD, someone asked me the important question, Dewald, because this was not easy, legends. I always preach, I'm here on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, and when you zoom into this price action, okay, yesterday when I saw a 1 hour body close above the level, I was like, I'm not shorting, because to me that's usually a bullish sign. And then we just chopped through it. Right, a swing failure pattern is where you tap a level and you move away. That is called a swing failure. This is not a swing failure. This is what you call what's the auction, failed auction. That's what they refer to it, where you do have multiple high time frame candles close above a certain level, but you still fail to claim it. Okay. The one bearish sign, okay, that I will be looking for over here, what I saw over here is the following. When you zoom into this price action that we developed yesterday, you can see that there was signs of weakness. Okay, that's what I will be looking for. you have formed a higher low, ever so slightly a higher low, and you have formed higher highs on blue, you have formed higher highs on yellow, and you have formed higher highs on white. A triple confirmation, okay? Triple confirmation. So on all three lines, you had bearish CVD against that pivot, and the target is the low. That is how you could have spotted weakness inside of the structure. So this bearish CVD played out to perfection because we took the low. Took it, done. So now this bearish CVD played out, done. Right. So now as price is struggling to move up over here, I still see local weakness forming over here, which tells me that even if we move higher, it increases the probabilities of finding a rejection in the zone because it's building up weakness over here. Right, but this is what I will be looking for when price hits this zone over here. If I see signs of weakness from a CVD perspective, you form lower highs, okay, lower highs, and as price tries to move up and break the level, it continuously builds local bearish CVD. I'm going to say maybe it's time for a short over here. If there's no bearish CVD, and the opposite happens, we tap the level and there's just continuous bullish CVD building up against those pivots, I'm going to say, guys, it looks like we are going to moon from here, which is an unlikely scenario, but I mean, the market is here to surprise us. But I just have to point out that perhaps, just perhaps, there is a scenario where we just go and claim the high and start continuing the bull market. Right, but for now, the probabilities are higher to find a rejection in this zone. Okay, especially because I'm already spotting weakness inside of this structure. There's already some weakness. Okay. So, legends, I think that basically concludes what I see here on the price of Bitcoin. Okay. I can't think of anything else that I might have missed at the moment. We have support. We know what to look for. We have support. We have a daily level. We have a point of control inside of this consolidation area that can provide support. If we lose this area, it's going to start getting dangerous. We have that maximum 786 level that we can still pay attention to, but you want to see it bought up very quickly and reclaim this zone. And then further down, we do have an untapped daily level at $89,000, and we have the weekly point of control at $88,000. Out of all of these levels, this one is the strongest. Okay, so if price is going to aggressively move down here, I think this will be the level that stops price because it has the most support. Weekly levels are always stronger than daily levels. Okay, that is, just want to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. That's the box. We've gone through that. We've gone through that. Trend line I've discussed. Today analysis we've discussed. That is an interesting scenario. I just want to check something here. If I go on to the 12 hour, I just want to see, why did I put that bars pattern there? Just looking at a bars pattern. Okay. This is basically a bullish case scenario that I'm watching over here. Okay. I copied this price action in blue from a similar scenario that played out during 2023. Where you can see similar price action. We dumped down, we made, the higher low, we had the flat corrective structure, we moved up, we moved down into the support box, and then bam, we went to the upside. So, there's a chance for price to play out the way that we expect it to play out. But I mean, I'm not particularly a fan of bars pattern. You're basically comparing price where it is today against price that's happened in the past. But it's just nice to see that it can play out based on previous price action. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys the bars pattern over there, right? It's quite striking in similarity. I think the only thing that's missing from this pattern over here is this little wick to the downside. But I mean, the price action is so strikingly similar, right? Where you come down, and then you start rampaging here to the upside in a contracting diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and then you explode to the upside. Okay, so let's take that out the way and let's go and look at a couple of altcoins. Right. And go through some comments. Let's go through some comments, legends. Gullion or on ETH. Yes, I will go and look at ETH in a moment. Of 5 ways is now might have 3 down to go. Please, your opinion. Huh? 5 ways in now. Might have to go. I will go look at ETH in a moment. Okay, Alex Dewald, is possible rejection on naked point of control and go towards 85K? Yes, I have discussed that, Alex. I've done the complete analysis here on what I see for the scenarios to play out over here. So if we do reject in this zone, okay, by this naked point of control, the maximum target that I do see is 87,900. This is the maximum target that I see. I don't think we're going to go down lower than that. Okay, because this is the 1.618 that you want to hit. So when you take a fib extension, speculating that this is A, B, C to the downside, we can go and measure it. You take a fib from the high to the low to wherever. Now we need the new high to be made. But if we reject in this zone somewhere, okay, your 1.618 is your maximum target for a corrective structure target, right? It's fine if you wick down below, right, and you find continuation up. But I mean, yes, that's going to really be a fall week at $85,000. Okay, it's going to be a fall week. I'm not saying it's impossible, but on the macro time frame, you will still create a bullish structure. So if I take the noise here out the chart and just show you here on the 12-hour time frame, even if you come down to $75,000. Let's say things get absolutely crazy to the downside. Let's go and play out the worst possible scenario, that we even come and tap the 2.618, because I have seen the 2.618, but it doesn't happen often. It's a very rare instance. Let's say price does this and it falls down to the 2.618. Guess what? Bull market is still intact because you are still creating higher highs and you are still creating higher lows. Even if you fall to this area, it's still a higher low compared to the lows over here. Okay, where you might find support at another weekly point of control at $75,000. Let's call it $76,000. Okay, hope that helps, right? So let's be prepared. If things get really, 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 really ugly, which I think has a low probability, but if it does get really ugly to the downside, as long as you form a higher low, okay, a higher low, the trend is still up. It's still bullish. Bull market continues. Right, this is I can just imagine how people are going to be scared when this happens. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. People are going to sell all their spot bags, FOMO out of the market, bear market is back, and then Bitcoin just continues here to the upside. Right, but like I've said, legends, I do think that that scenario carries lower probability. Okay, unfortunately, I cannot say that it can't happen because nothing is ever guaranteed in the market. Dewald, thanks for great analysis. You saying bull run continuation from here is unlikely scenario, but what about the monthly level where we have currently above, had last week candle close above also? Chorus, no. Okay. The reason I think that a run from where we are right now is unlikely is based on this structure, because remember, in any structure, what you want to see is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and then you continue. This then is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And then this forms a bigger 1, 2. And this is a bigger wave 3. And then inside of your third wave, you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you form your fourth wave and then another 5 to the upside. So what I'm trying to say over here is this structure still needs to form to continue explosive momentum to the upside. So let me show you. If I go here back onto the 1 hour time frame and I look at this structure, okay? Now I'm looking at this structure over here, this structure. I can already count a 1, 2. Maybe this is 3, okay? That's 3, okay? 3 here to the upside. We're forming a 4 and a 5. You do not get 6 wave structures, 7 wave structure. Everything is 5 waves. So I can already count 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. So that's what I'm saying. It's very unlikely that the bull market just continues without at least a retracement. You need to have at least a retracement before you do that. So in the very bullish case scenario or the extreme bullish case scenario, what you want to see is a 5-wave structure to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's not done already, okay, it could also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe it's the 5 is done already. But the point being is you want to see a 5-wave structure and you want to see a correction because everything moves in waves. Then you can continue massively to the upside. You can even go to $120,000 from here. Okay, but you want to see a move to the upside, a corrective structure, and continuation back to the upside. It is very rare to just see this. And it just pumps and it pumps and it pumps and it pumps, unless there's a structure that you can count. And I can count these structures on every single coin inside of the crypto industry. Nothing goes up in a straight line. And if it does go up in the straight line, it's inside of the third wave. And I can go and show you where wave 1 and 2 is. So that's why I'm saying, okay, never guaranteed. Please don't construe my words. Okay, if this had to happen, then the only scenario that is left is triple, or a double or triple 1, 2 combos, where we could then say, well, what if this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? It keeps on building up 1, 2s, but now there's a problem. There's a problem with multiple 1, 2s in the structure. Okay, because ideally your first 1, 2 needs to be the biggest 1, 2. So what you want to see is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You want your 1, 2s to become smaller. It forms a diagonal and then it breaks to the upside. Exactly what happened over here. Okay, I just love to educate and show you guys. Okay, look at what happened over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Each 1, 2 becoming smaller. And look what happens to the upside. This is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 to the upside. Okay, but even after your 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you still expect a 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, it needs to end the way that it started. Okay, cool. So I hope that's answered your question, Karasno. Is that is why I'm saying that the probabilities of just moving up from here for me is lower without a retracement first. I at least want to see a retracement, even if it's a shallow retracement. Okay, the most bullish retracements that you see from a structural perspective is that what if this happens? You take a fib. Okay, let's play out the best bullish case scenario. Okay, you come down to the 382 and then you continue. Yes, I will then buy it. Then I will buy it. But you had a retracement and you tapped a bouncing area. Okay. The shallow fib retracement at 0.382. But then I can see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. This is an ABC to the downside, 3-wave structure. Then you continue to the upside. But to continue from where we are right now doesn't make sense. They make sense. They make sense. They make sense from a bullish case perspective. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Hope you guys enjoy the analysis. Smash up the like for the education. Thank you for explanation very much. Okay, pleasure. So now you understand. Makes sense. But before big breakouts after first 5 waves, impulse corrections, often very shallow, not a deep ABC. Yes, that, and that is all to do with how bullish the market is. I have seen in the previous bull cycles, okay, your maximum retracement is 0.382. People always expecting lower, and then it front runs people because the market loves to do one of two things. The market loves to front run people that are waiting for an area so that they can't buy in, and they force them to buy in at higher levels, or it scares the crap out of them where no one wants to buy and then it moves up. But it's very seldom that you get that soft landing that everyone is expecting the bounce, and then it just so happens to have that beautiful explosion to the upside. The market just loves to either front run or to scare the crap out of you so that no one wants to buy in that zone. Loves to do that. Okay. That's what market makers do. They don't want everyone to buy. Okay. They want to make the money. Will BTC come to 80K to fill the CME gap? I don't know. I don't know. But I can tell you now that not all CME gaps play out, right? If there was a rule of probability as to why a CME, does CME gaps have to get filled, I would say that there's a low probability. Okay. A lot of people will tell me, well, Dewald, CME gaps get filled all the time. And I would say, yes, it's most probably in ranges. Okay. When price moves, like Bitcoin moves, it starts consolidating, it then moves again, it starts consolidating. You'll often find that the CME gaps created in the range gets filled because guess what? Price just fills it because it's moving sideways. It's going up and down. It fills the gap. It fills the gaps. But some of the gaps created during the trending market often does not get filled. We have a gap at 30. I think we have a gap somewhere at $33,000. We have a gap at $20,000. We have a major gap at $9,000. Those gaps never got filled because they occurred in a trending market. And often the gaps in a ranging market gets filled because price just moves through the gaps. So I don't think that there's any requirement that any gap has to get filled. I don't, CME gaps has never been something that I look at and, ooh, we have a CME gap a little bit down below. Maybe it needs to get filled. I mean, we still have 3 major CME gaps to the downside. I think somewhere around the zone of $33,000. I think $22,000 or $20,000. There's one at $9,000. I'm not going to go and analyze that now, but there's a lot of CME gaps that never got filled. Okay, and if you are a trader waiting for a CME gap to be filled, the price is going to leave you behind. Okay, maybe we'll fill this. Maybe we'll fill the 77,000 CME gap during the next bear market. Maybe that's when we'll fill it. Okay, we have a gap at 9K. Shall we fill it? Exactly, Junior. Right. That's the thing, right? CME gaps does not have to get filled, and people often confuse a CME gap inside of a range versus a trending market. And I can tell you now, most CME gaps that never got filled was created during a trending market, and they don't have to get filled. Okay, cool. What else? What else? Gulian, Dewald, Legend, welcome to the live stream. Adam, Dewald, could we SFP from the pivot at 99.5? There's a liquidity below, and also it is the 382 from the pivots below. Okay, so you're basically looking at this structure over here. Um, 99.5. 99.5. Oh, I see exactly the pivot that you are looking for. Okay, I mean, who asked the question? Let me just say your name, Adam. Okay, Adam. Yes. If someone ever asks me, can this happen? The answer is always yes. But it's based on probabilities. So what I can tell you is that the probability is low. Okay, but the answer is yes, it can. Are we going to fill the CME gap at $77,000? Yes, the probability is low. Okay, so I cannot ever use the words guaranteed and for certain and just follow my advice blindly, you'll become a millionaire. Okay, so I do see this pivot and I acknowledge the pivot, but the pivot is in the middle of nowhere. So I am a technical trader and I use technical analysis to decide whether I'm entering a long or a short. If we had to SFP from this low, there's definitely a possibility that you could get a bounce. But for me, the probabilities are higher to create a lower high and continue momentum to the downside. So yes, you can make money from that move. But are we just going to get a bounce from here and do that? I think it has slight lower probabilities, because in technical analysis, you want an obvious technical level. Well, let me not say obvious. You want a technical level or a minimum fib level to be tapped, okay, for momentum to continue to the upside. I have seen, okay, and this is now where the conundrum comes in, and this is why it's still a low probability. With this momentum here to the upside, we have not tapped the 0.236. And the reason I have this level on the chart is that I have seen retracements retrace to this level, and then it continues to the upside. I have seen it, but it doesn't happen often. Like 2 or maybe 1 out of 10 times you get a scenario like this. So the market is here to surprise us, and it can happen. It's also considered the what I can say, almost the minimum target for a wave 4. So if you had to look at the structure and you say 1, 2, 3, it's busy with a 4, this is usually considered a minimum target for a 4th wave. But it doesn't play out often. And I trade on a game of probabilities. If the probabilities state that, okay, 1 or 2 out of 10 times you're going to get the bounce in this zone, I'm going to be very skeptical to try and enter long over there. I might play the SFP if we get a successful SFP, but I will be aggressive with profit taking. And I will wait for another momentum down to at least, okay, the 0.382. For me, the 0.382 from a technical perspective is considered the minimum common retracement area. So when price comes down here, and especially if you get it, oh, let me just close it up here. Let me just clean it up here, legends. Okay, so let's play out the scenario here. If I see this, you tapped a proper minimum level properly, you get acceptance back above this low, I'm going to be way more interested in a long, because now the probabilities for momentum to the upside has significantly increased. Because you tapped a minimum requirement, you got acceptance back above the low. That to me is a better long, okay, than speculating on a long like that without tapping the level. So at the end of the day, it's just based on the game of probabilities. This can happen, but the probabilities are low. Okay. And I have seen it happen, by the way. I have seen it happen where it taps the 0.236. It SFPs here from the low, like you're highlighting, and it gets acceptance back and it runs away. I have seen it happen, but very, very, very seldom. The minimum target, okay, is usually the 382. And this is also something that very seldom happens, okay? Ideally, the most common targets is between your 50% and your 786. Most commonly, those are your targets. Okay. But a very good question. A very good question. Like I like these technical questions. I want to see what CVD can like to be doing over here. Okay, why are we just chopping up and down? Do we have news? Let me see if we have any news. Price is very volatile here at the moment. We have 330. Okay, that's passed already. Okay, so no other news except for well, that's it. Okay, there's not really any news tomorrow that's I think that's going to move the markets. Okay, cool. Right, legends. Naked point of control looks interesting. 102,900 for a turnaround and mentioned by Dewald. Yes. So, I mean, the area of interest that I'm still looking at from a shorting perspective is, I can't remember the number, but it is $102,000, 871, and this level might be slightly different depending on which exchange you use to do your technical analysis. Also, when you take a fib, Okay, and this is where you build confluence. This is where probability starts increasing. Okay, when you take a fib from the high to the low, you drag it across. Okay, now this is the beauty about technical analysis. When you start building confluence with a level, you have a 0.88, you have a naked point of control, you have a consolidation area that we all know provides resistance when price goes to the upside. These are areas that you need to pay attention to. Okay, like this little pivot here is in the middle of nowhere. There's no confluence at that pivot. Can you get a bounce there? Yes, but there's no confluence. Okay. What else? Cool. I mean, I'm basically just going through you guys' questions over here. It looks like you guys are enjoying the education. Smash up the like if you do enjoy the education over here. Okay, can you, okay, that's an altcoin request. I'll go through altcoin requests in a moment. Dewald, 4K subs. Really? Did I hit 4K subs? Where do I check my subs? Just hang on, legends. I want to check my stats over here. Let me go back. I want to check my stats. Where's my stats? 4,011 subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, legends. I appreciate every single one of you. This is absolutely amazing. I just hit 4,000 subs during this live stream. That is absolutely super, right? I never thought in a million years, firstly, that I would ever start a YouTube channel. I used to just watch people on YouTube, my favorite fishing program, or how to mow the lawn properly, or, you know, how to do stuff. YouTube is the channel to go to, how to do things. Never in a million years did I think that one day I will be teaching technical analysis via YouTube. Never in a million years did I think I would do that. And here I am. So much love to every single person that has subscribed to the channel, that continuously support me, sending the love, especially in the comments after the fact, you know, when the live stream ends. And I know Elizabeth, who's the other lady? Forgot her name now. Not sure. She's most likely here in the stream. Valerie, Melanie, there is Maria, there's not financial advice. There is a lot of you guys. I do see the comments that you post after the live streams has ended in the sections. I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you so much. Yes. So big up you, Dewald. Thank you, Mr. Everest. I mean, yeah, Everest, I know that you've been following me for a while as well. Alejandro, you as well. Scott, I'm not sure if you've been following me for a while, but I see you, man, and thanks for being here. Jimmy, and right, let's make 500 likes also. Haha. Yeah, I mean, that would be absolutely amazing if the likes can match the number of people that is watching the stream. That would be absolutely phenomenal. You know, let's break some records. 4,000 subscribers today. We have the most amount of likes ever achieved on one of Dewald's live streams. I mean, let's break some records, and it's all in your hands. Okay, so the power is in your hands. Congrats, Dewald. You are a king. Thank you, Hugo. I appreciate it. Rudy, I mean, you've been here for a while as well. You also provide a lot of alpha in terms of AI tokens that you are keeping an eye on. And I did actually buy some of the recommendations that you made. So thanks, Mr. Rudy. I appreciate you. Congrats, promise, and then congratulations. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Elizabeth, yes, you are bound to do this. Bond. You are bombed to do this. Thanks, guys. Right. And I mean, the only reason, guys, that I am doing this is because I get to educate and I love educating. I love to share knowledge. I believe that someone that has knowledge about anything in life that refuses to share their knowledge is an asshole that needs to burn. Let me not go that far, right? But it's a very selfish person, a shellfish. I call them shellfish, right? If you have knowledge and you're not sharing it with the world, why? It's such a waste, right? Use that knowledge to educate and to help other people gain the same knowledge and help them prevent to make the mistakes that you had to go through. Okay, cool, legends. Let's go through a couple of altcoins. AR. Ooh, AR. I was tracking Mr. Okay, wait. Reverse. Okay, let's just reverse quickly in here. I know some of the charts looks a little bit messy, but I just quickly want to go through them. So AR, here on the, let's go to the 12 hour, looks great. Okay, so far, based on the data that I have in front of me, it looks great. You have upwards momentum. You remember what I said. how this is going to make a lot of people extremely bearish, okay? Oh, crap, you're losing the trend. You're losing the trend. We need to short. We're going down. We're going to come and take the low. I said, First, what you want to see is take that low. I will only turn bearish once you take this low. And I'm not even talking about a double bottom. Even if price came down and it did this, I would still be bullish, because then you create a double bottoms, and we all love double bottoms, right? They are very nice and they shoot to the upside. Yo, I just walked into that one. They are very nice and they generally continue to the upside. Woo. Right. So what you want to see for market structure change is that you have to take the low properly, and properly. Then you increase the probabilities of forming a lower high, okay? And then you continue to the downside, because now you are changing market structure. But you have not changed market structure. You have still formed a higher low. Even though you lost the trend, you are still bullish. And guess what? We are now trading above the trend. We gained acceptance back inside the trend. Okay, on the smaller time frames, 1 hour time frame, this is what looked extremely juicy to me, right? Is that potential bump and run scenarios could be playing out on multiple altcoins. This morning, during my Legends Pro community update, guys, first link down in the description if you would like to join our Legends Pro community. Okay, I'm not sure if any one of you has seen our Legends Pro community. It's myself and Andy, Sexy Andy over there. We have a free section. We have a paid for section. That is where myself and Andy provide daily technical analysis. And I think, I often get the question, Dewald, what makes your Discord a little bit different, or your trading community different? First of all, yesterday during my live stream, I highlighted that people just help each other out like a lot inside of there. The other thing I highlighted is that I've also belonged to a lot of other communities, and I have never been inside of a community, even with some of the communities where you pay $400, $500 a month to belong to those communities, where I have seen daily video updates with education, where I go live inside of Discord every single morning and I answer questions. I go through the technical analysis. I explain the probabilities that I see on the chart. I provide education. I've never seen another community where the influencer that actually does the YouTube channel spends time with his community inside of the Discords. Okay, usually they sell you into the Discord and you never see them. They've got other people running it for them. Okay, you never see them. Maybe now and again they pop in and just say hello, and then they disappear. Okay, so I think that's what sets us apart, is that myself and Andy are very active inside of the Legends community. Cool. Oh, and it's the first link down in the description. And also, just as a reminder, if you'd like to further support the channel, right? I've got Bluffin, where we speak to these exchanges and we organize these deals specifically for our community. It's also your way to support the channel. So if you trade on an exchange, you pay trading fees. Okay, let me explain it. I've got nothing to hide from this perspective. If you pay $10 to open up a $100,000 position because you're trading to the upside or to the downside, the only thing that happens is when you sign up with my link, you qualify for bigger sign-up bonuses, and lower trading fees, depending on which exchange you sign up with. And you also get those exclusive competition and events where you can spin the wheel to win 1 Bitcoin. So you get a little bit more, but you still pay $10. Or maybe now you pay $5 to open up the trade because you sign up here with weeks and you get lower trading fees by using my link. I get a small little percentage of the fee that you pay to open up the trade. You do not pay extra, okay, because you used my links. You pay, in fact, less, right? And I get a small little fee. That is how affiliates work. I do not have anything to hide, but that's basically how affiliates work. So you guys really need to trade a lot, like really a lot, to make it significant enough, to make, massive gains. Right, legends. But I mean, this is your ways to support the channel. The more you trade on Bluffin, the more money gets airdropped into your account. Weeks, up to 20K sign-up bonus, low trading fees. You get the chance to spin the wheel over here. So your way to support the channel, go down in the description, sign up. All you need is an email and a password. Cool. So, legends, AR, right? Potential bump and run scenarios playing out on multiple altcoins. So the point, okay, I lost myself in the conversation. The point that I was trying to make is in my update this morning to the Legends Pro community, I went through a lot of altcoins and I showed them the exact same structure is playing out on almost every single altcoin. So if you want to ask me, look at this coin and look at this coin and look at this coin, okay, I'm going to show you now, regardless of which coin you ask me to look at over here, we're going to see the same structure. So let me just spend a little bit of time on this structure and you're going to see it is similar for 90% of the alts. Maybe not all of them. Like Link has absolutely just left the station. Okay, so potential bump and run playing out over here, legends. Bump and run scenario, I should have actually Googled it. Let's try and Google it here together, legends. Do you guys know what is a bump and run? Bump and run trading. Okay, let's do this. Can we see some pictures of bump and runs? Ooh, I need to find a proper picture and save it in my folder. Okay, oh, there's a nice bump and run picture. Okay, can you like to see this over here? My head is in the way, okay? But basically, let me do this. Okay, now you can see. Basically, a bump and run, the most beautiful bump and runs, okay, is where you have two taps at the top, and the tap can even be here somewhere where you have that, you know, that forms the initial trend. But here you have a tap, you have a tap, you have the bump phase to the downside, the aggressive fall to the downside that scares the crap out of everyone, and then you come back up and you break out. And the reason this strategy is so successful, okay, is because usually this pivot is so far away that people are too scared to enter over there because the stop loss is too far away. Okay, let me take it back here onto the price of Bitcoin and put myself back onto the screen. And I will show you guys now. This looks like a beautiful bump and run, potentially playing out over here. You have the beautiful two taps that I've just shown you on the pictures. You have the fall to the downside, and now you get the recovery back to the upside. And guess what? You're breaking trend at the moment. The reason a lot of people are scared to enter over here is because they do not want to put their stop losses here where it's supposed to go using the strategy. Because if you take a ruler and you enter the trade right here, your stop loss is 15%, 14% away. And on some of the altcoins, even 25% away. And this is why the strategy is often considered such a successful strategy, because it breaks out and no one wants to play the breakout because they don't know where to put their stop loss. And then, whoop, it continues and it claims the high. Okay, that's basically the target for the strategy. You have the bump and run. Hope that makes sense. Okay. And from a stop loss perspective, that is usually the reason why no one wants to enter it. But I do have on TIA, I think it's on TIA, I have an entry fairly low down. So this is the potential scenario that I see playing out on most of the altcoins where you have the bump and run. And I'm not saying that it's just going to do this. I'm saying that it could still get choppy, and then it has the momentum to the upside. Maybe there will be another trend that you can track and you play that breakout. That is something that I really love about trend lines, okay? When I zoom in now to the 15-minute time frame, and the beauty, okay, about price falling still to the downside, even though it's above trend, okay? If you do not know where to put your stop loss, what I like to do is I will now say, ooh, there's a new trend forming. Now that looks juicy to me, okay? Now I wait. If I'm not in this trade already, now I wait for this breakout. Because guess what? Where does your stop loss go? Below this low. But you need to see a successful breakout first. Okay, so I love the breakouts that doesn't run away. It comes back for a retest and it builds another trend. Because when you then play this breakout, you have a beautiful stop loss. You don't have to go and put your stop loss all the way down here. Okay, if I did play the breakout and my stop loss is all the way down here, and I see this, I will generally protect my position and move my stop loss to that low. Okay, so some more golden nuggets over here. Smash up the like for the golden nuggets over here, legends. I mean, this is a lot of secret sauce that I'm giving away from a trading perspective. Right. Cool. So this is basically what I see on AR and on many of the altcoins over here, legends, and I will run through a couple of them in a moment, but it looks like it has potential bump and runs playing out. I also just want to discuss the worst case scenario. What if we lose trend, Dewald? Okay. What I would do is you take a fib from the low to the high, and I would say for the bulls to still have a chance for upwards momentum, okay, you could still come down to the 786. Remember, if you have a five-way structure to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're now forming an ABC to the downside, even if you come back into trend that's going to scare the crap out of everyone, your maximum target is still the 786. Okay, where you could still get the explosion to the upside and not take the low. From the most bearish case perspective, then I need to zoom out onto the 4-hour time frame. Well, Dewald, what if we just lose the structure entirely? Okay, then I have to be a bit patient for the chart to load up. Okay, then I take the scribble here out the way, and I would say I would love to see myself a double bottom. If price finds itself to the downside, 0.618, and this bottom over here, but it needs to double bottom and not go further. It needs to double bottom. It should not go down further, because then you're going to start breaking market structure. Double bottoms are great, but not much further than that. So, you know, because some people are looking at the structure and saying, well, Dewald, what if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It's going to still create a fifth wave to the downside. Okay, so we just need to be prepared that we could still come crashing down and make another low. Okay, I do think that it carries slight lower probabilities based on the breakout over here with the bump and run that's playing out. But I mean, we just need to be prepared as traders. Okay. Cool. Now that I have explained this potential bump and run on AR in quite some detail, now I want to take you guys through some other altcoins. Okay, let's look at Fetch. Same scenario. Fetch. Okay, I'm here on the 4-hour time frame. Let me go on to the 1 hour. Right now, I don't have to explain each coin all over again. Do you guys see? Same. TIA. Do you guys see? Same. TIA actually looks more bullish. It's breaking out higher, but same. I don't have to explain myself again. Right. And then the last thing I want to cover over here, and then I'll take all of your, well, as most of your altcoin requests as I possibly can. And guys, just as a reminder, TIA, Fetch, and AR can be traded on Bluffin and on Weeks. Right. USDT. Very interesting. I'm not sure if you guys saw my post that went out on X or inside of the Legends community. Even I think I posted this inside of the free Discord community. For the first time in history, or let's just call it for the first time since 2017. Okay, but I mean, it's never broken the trend in its existence. USDT dominance has never ever broken this trend to the upside. It had a tap where it formed the trend. It had another tap, another tap, another tap, and now for the first time, it has lost the trend. Okay, so this is either going to be extremely bullish for the bull market here to the upside, or there's a little bit of, oh crap, happening here at the moment. Because now, if I zoom into this structure, remember what I showed you on AR from a double bottom perspective? We have not lost this low completely, just as we have taken the low. Definitely we have taken the low, but we have not lost it. And you can see that we are finding support. But we have lost trend. So it's that we've lost trend. We are double bottoming. It still has a chance to get upwards momentum because you have not lost the low completely yet. So I want to see USDT dominance break it properly. You know, I want to see it break it properly. We have a lower low. You come back up, You maybe retest the trend again, higher low, and you continue lower high, and you continue momentum to the downside. So still inside of a little bit of a dangerous zone here at the moment. But I just think, guys, we're going to have an absolute explosion here on Bitcoin, and the bearish signs are there. Okay, we have lost trend. We are holding on. USDT dominance is holding on by a thread. It looks like it already did a retest over there, and it could, start losing this low properly for the first time in history. So an historic moment in the making over here. So very, very curious to see how this is going to play out. Cool, legends. Let's go through some altcoin requests for the legends over here. Jeffrey, thanks for the TA and education as always, Dewald. Absolute pleasure. Always support you and Andy. Yes, I mean, Angie is, and I see I've got the sun shining here in my eyes. Andy is an absolute legend, a master in technical analysis, and right, we just love to educate. And if you are watching my channel and you have not checked out Andy's channel, I do have a link in the description for Andy's channel as well, if you want to go check him out. Right, we do have slight different styles of trading and different ways, I suppose, of educating and presenting, and that's what makes us human. So let's go through some altcoin requests. I will also use the TR tab over here, and then let's go. First, XRP. Oh, man, that the first one I had to look at. I used to get very, very depressed when people asked me about XRP, but lately, not so much. Okay, so, I mean, that's the trend that I'm tracking. It has not broken out just as yet. Right, so on the 1 hour time frame, from a simplicity perspective, I'm tracking this trend. Dare I even say, because I don't want to say this and then it happens for the first time. Every single time where I have tracked the D line strategy on XRP, it has never stopped me out. Okay, let me not touch wood. It has never stopped me out, ever. XRP is one of those tokens that really respects the strategy, but it takes patience. I have often seen XRP break out of trend, and then it does this. Oh man, it looks weak. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And then it shoots to the upside. So on the 1 hour time frame, this is the trend that I'm tracking. If I zoom out a little bit and show you where we are, so let's go on to the 4 hour time frame. Let me just show you where we got the bounce. So if I measure the corrective structure over here, assuming that this is the high and this is the corrective structure, 3 wave to the downside, okay? Because corrective structures always moves in 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. Guess what? We tapped a very common 1-to-1 extension in a corrective structure. Also, we found support inside of a consolidation area. So XRP, okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3 wave corrective structure. 1, 2, 3 wave corrective structure. And they just become bigger. The higher it goes, the bigger the structure becomes. You have to remember that, when price is, market cap is low, liquidity is low, no one wants to buy. The higher we go, I can tell you guys now that the ranges are going to get a lot bigger to the upside. Okay, but you guys see the point. If I zoom into these structures, you have a pump, you have a 1, 2, 3. You have a pump, 1, 2, 3. You have, even inside of that structure, 1, 2, 3. Now you have this massive pump, and now you have a 1, 2, 3. 1-to-1 extension. If things get really nasty to the downside, 1.236 and a 1.618 inside of this consolidation area, where I think XRP will most likely definitely find support, 1.618, because that is a strong consolidation area over there. Okay, but it did tap the 1-to-1 extension, which is a common corrective structure target. It did find support inside of that consolidation area. And from a simplicity perspective, what you would like to do, and can you guys see all the trends that I've played to the breakout? Can you see? None of them have stopped me out, and even inside of this area. Yeah, God, this thing is not playing ball today, right? I remember this. There was just breakout, okay, after breakout. I remember one of these trades I highlighted. I can't remember which one it was. I highlighted one of these two trades, and I think it was this one. Okay, on the smaller time frames, I can't remember. It was either this one. Okay, it was either that one or it was this one. On the smaller time frames, the trend makes a lot more sense. And I told the legends, I'm playing the breakout. Okay, and I could see that people, XRP, we don't really like XRP. And I was just like, it's not stopped me out once. It just respects the D-line strategy. So beautiful. And then it broke out, and look at what happened. I mean, the rest is history, right? It just broke out here to the upside. So now again, back onto where we are right now. Just keep an eye on the trend. Okay, maybe it's going to break out successfully. Maybe it's going to have the first fake out. I don't know, but XRP does respect the D-line strategy beautifully. Right, so it's not broken out just as yet. And this third wave can still continue to the upside. It can still continue to the upside. They just want to make that clear. So I did see a comment for Brett. Let's go and have a look at Brett. Let's go to the daily. Oh man, guys, I highlighted every time someone asked me to do analysis on Brett. I'm just like, I hope everyone played this trade that I highlighted months ago. Okay, I highlighted this trade 25th of September. I highlighted this trade inside of the Legends Pro community. I highlighted this trade when we had the breakout over there. And I do know that there are some legends that took this trade. So congratulations. And I think most probably people think that I was smoking my socks when I highlighted this trade, where I said we had a high probability of claiming the highs. And right now, the rest is history. We had a breakout. We had a breakout. Okay, if you didn't get in over there, you could have gotten in over there. If you didn't get in over here, you could have gotten in over there. And then, I mean, now the trade actually played out to perfection, but it took many months for this trade to play out, right? So this was a swing or spot trade, but I mean, the gains to the upside was absolutely phenomenal. So from where you entered to the highs, I mean, it is a 150% trade. So even with 2x leverage or a spot position, I mean, these are significant gains to the upside. But I mean, that's in the past, right? So what can Mr. Brett do here at the moment? Just want to clean up the chart a little bit over here. Oh, look at where we got the rejection at the 1-to-1 extension. Just want to make sure that we are on regular. This structure does look bullish, not going to lie. This does look like a bullish structure with a higher low, and it looks like it's still building up momentum. And dare I say that I still see a 34 cents Brett. Okay, it still looks like it can go and hit 34 cents. But it's not to say that everything has to move in a straight line. It can still get choppy, move up, but I do see that as a target, and even 40 cents at the 2 extension, because this structure looks incredibly bullish here to the upside. Where Brett is at the moment on the smaller time frame, that is now the question. Okay, it is forming a nice trend. So that is the trend that I will keep an eye on. Okay, for Mr. Brett, set your alarm. And now you wait. It's not in a trading zone at the moment. So you cannot apply a trading strategy unless you have a trading strategy to trade whatever's happening there at the moment. If you have a trading strategy to trade that, knock yourself out. Okay, you are finding support, or you have broken out from resistance. Do you see the resistance over here? You have now broken out, so you want to see this area hold. So if this is part of your trading strategy, knock yourselves out. Maybe there's a mini trend. You can play the breakout before the breakout. Okay. But this is basically what I see on Brett at the moment. I know a lot of people are bullish on Brett. Hey, Dewald, it's great to watch your show. People, Crypto Banter, are saying 𝗬cie going to outperform Solana. Could you please do TA? Okay, let's go and have a look at 𝗬cie. USDT. I do have a 𝗖𝗿 back. I bought at $1. And I know that there were some people that told me that I'm crazy. Where the hell is 𝗖𝗿 now? I just searched for it and it disappeared. Where's 𝗖𝗿? Okay, let's try again. Sorry, legends. I hate it when I search for something. Oh, there we go. And it doesn't show me where it is. It must just keep it highlighted. Okay, cool. So on the daily time frame, let's see if crypto banter thinks that 𝗖𝗿 is going to outperform Solana, right? And the question is, well, the reality is no one knows. It's pure speculation. Okay, because I also know that crypto banter has been wrong about many things in the past. So I base my analysis on technicals, not on speculation. Cool. Legends. I mean, this is where I bought 𝗖𝗿. Okay. Full disclosure. I bought 𝗖𝗿 at round about 90 cents to $1. That's where I bought 𝗖𝗿. I played that breakout. Major daily breakout over there. Some people called me crazy, and I predicted this move to be a 1. Not predicted from a technical perspective, 2, and we are busy with a third wave here to the upside. I actually had my third wave here, because the 1.618 is a common third wave target, and we surpassed it. So now I moved my third wave there. Only once 𝗖𝗿 forms a correction in same time, the same time, okay, in duration, when 𝗖𝗿 starts doing this, and the correction is the same amount of time as this correction, I'm going to say maybe there's a chance for one more high, and then we're going to go and make, okay, not that low, we're going to make a ABC correction, where you could then be forming a larger 1, 2, 3 to the upside. But this could potentially be the other bear market. So the problem with the third wave, and everyone in Elliott wave theory and any Elliottician will tell you, is that when you know you are in a third wave, you do not short. You do not short a third wave ever, because you're gonna get wrecked. Okay, third waves are the most aggressive to the upside. They always have the most amount of volumes. They always form those little flags, bull flags, whatever you want to call them, and they just continually grind to the upside and shoot to the upside, shoot to the upside. It shoots, consolidates, shoots, consolidates, shoots, consolidates. And as long as the corrective structures are short and it builds those little bull flags and they keep on breaking to the upside, it's all still part of the third wave. So the problem is no one in the world, even if you have a crystal ball, knows where the third wave is going to end. You just ride it until it creates a larger corrective structure. Then you know you're busy with number 4. You're going to make another fifth wave and you're going to start crashing down. Okay, and I can show you this exactly. This is what played out in this structure. Let me zoom in here. Can you guys see here? Okay, you have a 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 has the most amount of volume to the upside. Look at how long 4 was compared to 2. Okay, it was even longer than 2. When you start forming a larger corrective structure, especially if it's larger than your corrective structure for 2, you know that you're going to make one more high and you're going to start correcting to the downside. And this is what I'm looking for now. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I can't remember who asked the question. We don't know how high it's going to go. The only thing we can do as technical analysts is observe the price when it hits the targets to the upside and whether it consolidates or continues breaking to the upside. Until you see a larger corrective structure similar in size to this correction, then you can speculate on one more high to the upside and then potentially going back into a massive three-wave structure. Okay, because remember, nothing goes up in a straight line. This is 1, 2. We don't know how high 3 is going to go. Let's say 3 hits the 4.618. It starts consolidating. You will then expect, okay, based on this and this, you expect one more high. And guess what? Then the structure has to correct itself in a three-wave structure. Hopefully you still form a higher low, and then this becomes a bigger 1, 2, and you can just imagine how high it's going to go then. Okay, so that's basically the technical analysis on 𝗬cie. I'm currently nicely in the profits, just enjoying the momentum here to the upside. What can I say? Layer AI. Let's go and have a look at Layer AI. And remember, guys, 𝗬cie can be traded on weeks and bluffing. Links down in the description. Layer AI. I think it's just going to be easier to go and search for it. Layer USDT. I do have quite a nice spot bag on Layer. I still think Layer is going to do some great things. Okay, I mean, not nice to see that Layer broke back into this flag. Okay, it broke out of the flag. It looked, it was bouncing on top. It looked like it wanted to do that, and then it got acceptance back inside the flag. So Layer AI is now back in the train station. Okay, so you remember the train station that myself and Andy like to talk about? It's back in accumulation zone. Let's do that. Make it a different color. Okay. Layer AI is back in accumulation zone. And for me, okay, when I see a bullish structure like this that has a low and you have formed a higher low after you had a pump to the upside, beautiful 3-wave corrective structure, and it starts going sideways, that is a beautiful accumulation zone, not a distribution zone. Accumulation, basically people are loading up their bags. Any price inside of the train station for me is a great buying opportunity. So hence I have added even a little bit more Layer AI to my spot bags to drag my entry down. And as long as price is trading inside of this zone, you just have to be patient, because at some point it's going to do this. And the probabilities of price moving up versus crashing down is higher to go up, unless something goes wrong inside of the project. You have to remember, each project is run by humans, except Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just, there's no project team behind it. There's no CEO for Bitcoin. It doesn't have a team that can do shit wrong. This is what makes Bitcoin so powerful. Okay. What makes altcoins weak and why people refer to altcoins as shitcoins is because there's a team of people behind each altcoin. If people stuff up in life, people make mistakes, people get greedy, people, and when people do the wrong things, especially the CEO of a company, you could see this. And this is the danger about a lot of altcoins. And this is why people look at the fundamentals of altcoins, because although it looks juicy, although it looks okay, so for now, this still looks beautiful. You always have the risk of going down, but the probabilities are higher to at least come and claim this high. Right. So I like Layer AI. So perhaps let's go and look at it and Layer AI can be bought on both weeks and bluffing. Okay. So I do have a nice little spot bag of Layer AI. I just want to look at Layer AI on the 1 hour time frame. Let's just see what is cooking down here. Okay. I do have a trend. So I have a bigger trend. You guys can see I'm tracking those 2 pivots, and I have a bigger trend running down here. That's the interesting one to me. In actual fact, I can take that one out the way. I don't need that trend anymore. But then I have another trend, okay, this pivot against this pivot, and it looks like, it's finding some upwards momentum. And I'll be paying attention to the break of this trend, because you could potentially catch the breakout here before this breakout, and then you have a much better entry that you could potentially already protect before we get this breakout. Okay, and remember guys, it can be traded on bluffing and weeks. So I am still bullish on Layer AI. Very, very bullish. I also like the bounce from a Fibonacci perspective. Okay, beautiful golden pocket where you found support. You have, ironically, you have still, look, a higher low. But I mean, you also have a higher low compared to that low. So the structure still looks intact from a bullish perspective. Okay. Not sure if any one of you have a spot bag of Layer AI. Also, I spoke about TED yesterday that can be bought on MEXC, right? Ted looks very similar. It looks beautiful. I made some comments there that I shouldn't have made, but I mean, it was fun to talk about it. Right. Can you give us an entry level on 𝗬cie? No, I can't, because it's pumping to the upside. Right? I can't, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm not. I don't want to be mean, and I'm not. I'm trying not to come across as mean. But 𝗬cie, I mean, where on earth do you want to buy? It's pumping. It's fuck. I hate it when it does that. I need to. Sorry, legends. Let me try again, because 𝗬cie USDT. Okay, there we go. Right. This is just pumping to the upside. You do not enter, you do not FOMO into a pump. You play the breakouts, and if you miss the breakouts, now you sit on your hands. You do nothing. You just enjoy the momentum, and if you miss the trade, you do nothing. There was already another breakout here as well, okay, on 𝗬cie. There was another trend that broke out. Yes, very aggressive, but I mean, there was another breakout. There's potentially another trend forming over there, but it's still very, very early, okay? One could argue, maybe, there's another trend forming over there. It only has 2 taps. It's already had massive momentum to the upside. You're going to have to be patient, because look at how long this trend took to form. Look at how long this took to form. And this is on the 15-minute time frame. So now you have to be patient and wait for a trend to form that you can properly track and play the breakout. Where price is now, you do nothing. You do not FOMO into the trade. No financial advice. If you do have a trading strategy to FOMO into trades, by all means, knock yourself out. Okay, cool, legends. That is unfortunately all I have time for today. Smash up the like button on your way. Let me check. Do I still have some time? I do see everyone's jumping off the live stream. I'm not sure if Andy's perhaps going live. If people want to go and check out Andy. And Andy going live in 30 minutes. Okay, I'm sure people are going to come back to the stream. Let's go another 10 minutes. Okay, shall we do another 10 minutes, legends? Okay, if Andy's going live in 30 minutes, I'm sure everyone will come back to this live stream. I just know it's very, very bad for the YouTube algorithm. When people just suddenly leaves, it tells the YouTube algorithm that people are not interested in the content, and it stops recommending it to new people. So I usually just like to end the live stream when I see people are jumping off. Okay, but let's continue here. Okay, let's continue here for another 10 minutes. Who else? Okay, what else? What else can we look at? Yes. Layer zero. Miss Melanie, why not? Miss Melanie, you hardly ever ask me to do anything. Layer zero. Is that the ticker, Melanie? Layer zero? Or is it just called? Can you give me the ticker? Oops. Let me just take this thing off. Okay. Sorry, guys. This thing just is a little bit irritating, so I'm just taking it off over here. Okay, that's better. Layer zero. Layer zero. Oh, it's this one. Coinbase, USDT. Layer zero. Okay, it's an OKX. It's on. Ooh, it's on Bluffin. You can trade it on Bluffin. ZRO. Okay, so it is this one. Ooh. What is let's try it again. ZRO USDT. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that's better. Much better. Okay. Layer zero. Oh, is that it? Shame. It's either a very young coin or it's just recently been listed. Okay, 𝗬RO USDT. Is it available on Bybit? It's available on KuCoin. Let's try KuCoin. KuCoin usually has the most amount of data because I know KuCoin likes to list coins very early. So let's check it out. Ooh, okay, also not a lot of data, but you have broken trend. Okay, that was the major trend you wanted to break out from. You know, it's amazing when you put some lines on a chart, all of a sudden it starts making sense. Okay. So, I mean, layer zero, that was the breakout, right? And even if you wanted to catch the breakout, that was your breakout over there. Consolidate. There was another trend. You could have caught that breakout. So if you missed this breakout, it's a little bit choppy over here, but it looks like it already did the retest. You know, usually after a breakout, you come back for retest and then continuation. So I'm not sure, Miss Melanie, if you already bought inside of this zone, but I mean, it looks great. It looks like it can potentially continue momentum to the upside. It has broken out successfully, potentially already did the retest, and now it can continue to the upside. I just want to see if there isn't anything on the smaller time frame. So let's go to the 1 hour. Oof, yeah, I mean, that was the breakout, right? This is where you wanted to catch the breakout. Okay, nice little breakout over there. I mean, you could have had your trend a little bit different as well, but it's just not really in a trading zone for me here at the moment, unless it comes back for a retest. Okay, but you wanted to form that higher low, 618 when you take your fib, that's potentially a load up zone for continuation to the upside. Right, so that is what I see here on zero. No, I missed it. Man, okay. I mean, if you missed it, now you have to wait. So you either wait for the retest or you sit on your hands, okay? Because it could just continue. And it's just, for me, it's not in a trading zone or in a load up zone at all. Right. I missed it. Legends, I see more people are jumping off here, so I'm going to call it a day. It's just really bad for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for joining. Smash up the like on your way out, and have yourselves a great evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are from around the world. I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.